Hello everyone, this is the Election Predictor, and this is the first video of my YouTube channel. Today I'll be predicting the 2020 election between Joe Biden and Donald Trump as of June 18th, 2020. I'm going to be doing this off of trends and polls and obviously the state of the country. So we're going to go through safe and we're going to end up in tilt. Obviously, I'm going to be talking more about the lean and tilt states and less about the safe states. So, safe states will be California for the Democrats, New York, Massachusetts, Vermont, Maryland, and DC, and Hawaii. That's already bringing them up to 115 electoral votes. And for the Republicans, Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, continuing through the middle of the country, going all the way down to the southeast, with Alabama, and there we go. So the Republicans have 92 safe states, which is saying that that is almost certainly going to go to the Republican Party. Now, for the Democrats, there's Washington, Illinois, Rhode Island, Delaware, and Maine's 1st Congressional District are all likely states. That's going to bring them up to 155 votes. And I'm really going to rush through the likely and the safe states. So we're going to talk about Alaska. That is not, the reason that's not safe is due to the trends. It's not a solid state. Trump did not win it by over 20 points. He did not win it by a lot. So he did win it by like around 10 points, but it's not considered a safe state. So we're going to go to Missouri and Indiana. These states were close in the 2008 election, but they have really drifted away from the Democrats category. And South Carolina, it is trending to the Democrats, but it is still a likely state for the Republicans. Trump won that state by around 14 points. All right, so we're going to go with the leans Democrat states. Oregon, that is trending definitely to the Republicans. If you look at previous elections, Obama won that state by around 22 points in 08. In 12, he won that by around 17 points. In 16, Clinton won that by around 12 points. And in 18, which was the midterm election, the governor of that state only won the state by 6 points against the Republican candidate. So that definitely is showing a trending to the Republicans, although it's still going to be definitely won by the Democrats this election. And New Jersey and Connecticut are all still trending, I guess red you could say, but they are still definitely going to be going to the Democrats. And we're also going to solidify New Mexico, Colorado, and Virginia are all going to be going to Joe Biden. They've been trending blue, especially the reason why New Mexico is not a likely state is because I do believe Trump will get more votes, possibly a closer margin than 2016, because Gary Johnson ran in 2016. And he was the former governor of New Mexico, so he got around 9% of the vote. And you could think some of those libertarians could go for Trump in the next election, which could narrow up the margins. Those around all the lean states, maybe I'm not going to go with the Rust Belt yet. I'm really going to do that in the tilt column. Now, lean Republican states. We're going to go with Texas. That's going to lean. Iowa, Ohio. Those three, Georgia, and North Carolina, are all going to be lean Republican states. Texas is definitely trending blue, but just like Colorado and New Mexico or, those states, it's still going to be red. Trump is still going to win that. He won it by 8 points in 2016. I doubt that it would drastically change in such a big margin in 2020. Even though some polls have it a lot closer, I don't think that's the way it's going to be on Election Day. Ohio and Iowa, I think Trump's still going to hold on to them. He won Iowa by 9 and Ohio by 8. So that's a major shift from Obama in 2012. Trump's going to hold on to those states, and I think he's going to win them. Maybe he'll win them by 4 or 5 points this election, but he will definitely continue to carry them. Georgia is a similar situation with Texas. It's trending blue, but I think it's still going to stay red. Even though it did narrow up in the 2018 midterms, that was going to be a Democrat wave year. So, North Carolina, the way I see North Carolina and Florida, as they are very close states in proportion. So there's a lot of Democrats compared to a lot of Republicans, but I think there's a slighter majority of Republicans in that state. So obviously the margin is always going to be close, but I think it usually is going to just edge out Republicans in that state. Even Obama against McCain couldn't carry that state. I mean, he carried it, but he carried it by a very small margin of 0.9%, which was against McCain, who was not the best of candidates. And I'm also going to include Maine 2nd Congressional District for Trump because he won that for the same reasons as I won Ohio. But the reason why I consider North Carolina lean is because of the fact that I believe there's a higher proportion of Republicans and Democrats. And I think turnout is still going to be big. The Senate race is a different thing, though. So now we're going to go to tilt Democrat. Arizona. That is going to tilt to Joe Biden's favor. And Nevada. So these two states have been shifting, or Arizona's really been shifting to the Democrats in the past 10 to 12 years. And I think Joe Biden could take it. They're probably going to win the Senate seat again, have 2 Senate seats, and they could give their 11 electoral votes to Joe Biden this election. Same thing with Nevada. I'm pretty sure Biden is going to take Nevada for similar reasons as Arizona. It always has close poll numbers, but you rarely never know what's going to happen. Trump was actually up in Nevada against Hillary Clinton in 2016, and he lost the state. Now this is tilt Republican. I think New Hampshire is going to tilt Republican. Hillary Clinton won that state by 0.3%. I think Donald Trump's ground game is going to be there. I think Joe Biden is really going to go after more of the Rust Belt states and maybe Arizona and Nevada in that area. So I think Trump could take New Hampshire with those crucial 4 electoral votes. I'm also going to include Nebraska's 2nd Congressional District as a tilt state. For Trump, it could be considered as lean, but I think it will tilt. I think it will still stay in the Trump column like it did in 2016. Now, with Florida, we'll keep it right here. So, Florida, it could really go to either one, Joe Biden or Trump. You really never know with Florida, especially it is similar to North Carolina in the sense that there are a slight more Republicans in that state than Democrats. But it's gone Republican really 3 times in 2018. They won both the Senate and the governor's race. In 2016, Trump won that state with its 29 electoral votes. So it usually likes to shift on and off of each party and candidate. So I really would think it's really going to be close. I'm still going to give it to Trump, but Joe Biden could definitely win it. I would not be surprised if he did. And essentially, if Joe Biden won that state, I mean, the election is going to be a lot harder for Trump to win. But I'm going to have Trump winning that state. I do think Joe Biden is going to win Minnesota, Michigan, Maine 2nd Congressional District. He's going to take back some of these Rust Belt states. Trump barely won them, and Joe Biden is going to be campaigning in them hard. He's going to probably get Obama out, and he's probably going to get a few other people out to campaign for him. Definitely more than Hillary Clinton did in these states in 2016. She barely campaigned in Wisconsin. I'm pretty sure the last time she campaigned there was in where the Democratic National Convention was. So people kind of there probably felt neglected, which is why they voted for Trump. Wisconsin and Pennsylvania are other true toss-ups. You really could never know where they're going to go. I think Trump is also going to be campaigning there. And given that they voted for Trump in a larger margin, I think Trump could hold on to Pennsylvania and Wisconsin. So I have Trump winning this election at 283 to 255. But, if Joe Biden won Pennsylvania, the election's over. If Joe Biden won Florida, the election's over. So it's really close. I do see Trump barely winning this, but I do see him winning this for a large number of factors. He's the incumbent. I think his base is riled up. He got large turnout just for the primaries in Iowa and New Hampshire. So I think the base is ready to come out, and I think you could gain some new supporters. If you look at some polls with Trump in, the African-American community, Trump is up in those polls with that support, so that'll be really interesting. I don't think Joe Biden's going to get the same Obama turnout. People are saying Joe Biden really could win the Rust Belt, plus Iowa, Ohio, North Carolina, Georgia, Florida. He could win all those states and obviously everything up here. I don't see him having the same, excitement as Barack Obama did in 2008. First of all, he is like a white male, and that doesn't really go well with the Democrat Party, so he could deter some voters. And Barack Obama was definitely more charismatic, I would say, and more emotional than Joe Biden. which is why I think Barack Obama got so much support. He even won Indiana, and he barely lost Missouri. So this is my prediction. I'm going to turn them all into just the regular colors so you can really see what the new map is going to look like. So you can see that the Southwest is really quickly turning to the Democrats, and the Rust Belt is turning, I guess, a little bit more to the Republicans. You look in 2028, 2032, Republicans could really get some northeastern states. Democrats could be getting Florida, Georgia, Texas, South Carolina, North Carolina. So Republicans and Democrats could all be expanding who they're getting, and maybe the Democrats could even get a few of these states down here, but that'll be for a long time. The map will shift a lot. Anyway, we're doing the Republican states now with Alaska, Texas, Florida, Georgia, North Carolina. So we're just going to go through everything. Here we go. So this is what I think the map is going to look like. You can already see the shift from 2016. A little bit more blue down here, a little bit more blue up here, I guess a little bit more red over here. Trump could also win Maine at large, but that would make it a lot more red up there. Or he could win Nevada if he was going to expand. But this is how I see the 2020 map being as of June 18th, 2020. If you guys disagree, please explain why in the comments. Anyway, enjoy my prediction and stay posted for more videos. Thank you.